We've gotten a lot of questions in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, the market's been all over the place. Here's everything that folks are asking us and what we would say. What did you do to reposition River in this downturn? Well, again, we just look to upgrade the portfolio everywhere we can, right? We love semiconductors, and as they sold off harder than the rest of the market, we just added to our semiconductor portfolio. And within the semiconductor world, we were able to rotate out of something that we liked, like AMD, into something that we've always loved, like Broadcom, at a price that we never had gotten before with more upside than AMD had. Can the US still fix the deficit if we continue to rally? Well, remember, our deficit is about 6% of GDP, and it's about $2 trillion total dollars. I don't think that they're ever going to completely fix the deficit, but I do think Trump and his group is going to try to lower it. Right now, Doge spending has reduced our overall deficit by about $150 billion. I think at the end, they stop at about $300 billion. They don't go any further than that. And these tariffs probably stop at about $300 billion. So that's $600 billion that helps our $2 trillion deficit and takes it down from 6% of GDP to like 4% of GDP. I think we probably stop there, and maybe next year or the year after that, do this one more time and get that deficit down a little bit lower, but I don't think it ever goes to zero. What can you do in one of these downturns if you don't have cash? You can upgrade your portfolio, which means you can sell something that you own that you probably still like and buy something that you've always wanted to buy. I'm going to give you an example. We own Deckers stock that makes Uggs, that makes Hoka brands. We've always wanted to buy on-cloud stock. It's always been too expensive, but in this sell-off, it wasn't. So we sold our Deckers stock and we bought on-cloud because we thought it had more upside from here. So was the call to get long at 402 QQQ, was that just luck and you got a positive news story? Well, yes, it was fortunate on the timing that we were able to get out all that information before that call and before that change in tariff came. But ultimately, what we looked at is that the tariff war, the trade war, was such a nuclear option. It was so bad for not just our economy, but economies all over the world, that ultimately cooler heads would have to prevail. What are you most excited about stock market wise? I think we're probably most excited that we're going to go back to accelerating. We're talking about robots, we're talking about AI, we're talking about these things that really make life better for Americans and for the rest of the world through productivity gains, right? Think of an automatic dishwasher, a robot dishwasher at Denny's. This is a job that nobody needs, nobody wants, and now nobody has to do thanks to technology. That's what I'm most excited about, and a great way to play that, semiconductors. Every one of these things needs a ton of semiconductors, and we can't imagine that world is going to slow down whatsoever, except for in these little hiccups.